Like Democrats and Republicans, there's usually one or two camps when it comes to fans of the Castlevania series. Those that love the straight up linear style of the old school entries, or the Metroidvania style the series would branch into after the release of the ultra hit Symphony of the Night in 1997. Personally, if you haven't figured it out in almost 3 years of making videos on here, I'm a fan of the linear style, but that doesn't mean I hate on the Metroidvania style. Once in a while I get the itch, bust it out, get down with some Metroidvania Castlevania, this time for the GBA checking out the second game released on the system, Castlevania, Harmony of Dissonance. Now I say second game for the GBA because the first game, Castlevania Circle of the Moon, straight up took that Symphony of the Night formula and adapted it to the GBA. It was executed pretty well, but the graphics were a little meh, and other than that, not a lot to say about that one. It was pretty basic Castlevania. Harmony of Dissonance is more of the same, but a bit more refined. Let's take a look. This time, yet again, you're another member of the Belmont family, Just, or Justy, or Justy, or however the hell you say it, because literally I had to look up online how to pronounce it in order to do this video, because it's one of the most confusing names of a protagonist I've ever seen in a game. Now look, I have to put on the brakes real quick, because honestly, when you talk about all three releases for the GBA, all the Castlevania games pretty much are the same. There's not a lot to say. With a few spell additions or items or something about the leveling, there's not a whole lot of difference that separates this from the other game that was actually released in a 2-pack in 06, Aria of Sorrow. They're pretty much the same game. Out of all three of the games, I'd say Aria of Sorrow is the best, but Harmony of Dissonance has enough exploration and the castle's pretty big to keep you busy for quite a while. My biggest complaint is that just the combat in the game, the enemies don't feel that Castlevania-ass hard as most of the other games do. I see why they did it. It gives you a chance to look around more, but still, that was a major disappointment for me. And speaking of disappointment, this will officially be the first time in any review I've ever said a Castlevania game just didn't have good music. Even Castlevania The Adventure, Belmont's Revenge, those games had kick-ass music, but on here, it's okay at best, but man, with the combination of the choppy, staticky sounding GBA sound system and just the half-ass effort put into the composing of the songs, yeah, not very good. Shitty music aside, none of the complaints I have about this game are enough to make you deter from playing it. It's still a pretty good game, and I'd check it out, and I'd definitely add it to your collection if you collect for the GBA. Until next time, this is Castlevania, Harmony of Dissonance, on a Hibiki. Halloween.